Okay.
He doesn't have to worry as much about losing all of his mana. It just comes down to his play.
Both call downs connect on CTY. And that will delay their push. So let us go grab these runes. RTK completes his Midas 16 minutes in. That's a pretty good timing for the Phoenix. Core item on her, whatever it is. Need to get that level 16 maxed out Supernova ASAP.
It helps a lot. Maybe not even 16, but even each subsequent level at a certain time period in the game is really important. Because it's completely scaled based on the average attacks that a team is going to be able to get. And Supernova 5 attacks, not very much. But once you bump that up to 8 instantly or really rapidly and they don't expect that, then sometimes you're just like, oh, wow, I thought I could kill that, but now I actually can't kill that, and I'm in a bad spot. And the gold as well is nice. Phoenix's farming methods are a little weak, so being able to just power level into like a Shiva's or other utility item is really nice.
Lanham coming in to try and set up on Illidan. Can they find him with the shackles, or telekinesis rather? Yes, they can. YJ doing some decent damage. Lanham will be able to finish him off with the stolen blink. Nice gank there, and continuing to slow down the progression towards that Battle Fury. Still not able to buy it, holding on to all that unreliable gold.
Probably should have blinked in the trees there. I guess he wasn't expecting Rubik to be able to blink after him, but I mean, it's very easy at that point, so I think he was just a little worried. He almost didn't make that, really.
Tier 1 tower, mid lane goes down. CTY gets credit for the kill, and up top, Razor will finish off that tower. VP starting to lose some of their access points here, and eHome jumping right back into the lead as they take map control.
It's looking like an eHome victory at this point, at least. They definitely have the advantage. Their observer wards are aggressive. I mean, VP has one down currently, but that's about it. And VP's items aren't scaling nearly as well. The Battle Fury delay on Anti-Mage means that it's just going to delay his Battle Fury, which will delay how well he's able to split push later. Like, you can't get a Battle Fury at the same time as the Storm gets a Bloodstone. It's just so dangerous.
Yeah, because that's the time when Storm can really get aggressive. Also farm very effectively.
Yeah, he might even finish his Orchid before the Anti-Mage has his Diffusal Blade. And if that's the case, I just don't see VP winning this game.
Or before the Manta, rather.
Oh, yeah. What did I say?
Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, I have no idea why I said that.
So I don't think I've ever seen an Anti-Mage buy a Diffusal, but...
The wrong choice. Definitely the wrong choice.
Yeah, well, Phobos, we'll see what he can do with his Blink Dagger. Still haven't really seen him get that active, even though he picked it up just a couple minutes ago. The Gyro, he's going for the SNY build. No mech on VP, and they are just not really in fighting shape here. Looks like a rotation onto DDC. Could be coming down this way, but Lanham's right there. Telekinesis onto Lil, pulling back in. Do they have any follow-up damage? Yep, they sure do. CTY's here, zipping all around. LSA off the mark, hard to connect. Lil just barely, but just tickles as he bottles through it. Double damage rune on, but Phobos will live.
Gets a Bloodstone charge out of that. Not terrible for Storm. He would have liked the double kill, but just a little too tough against Earthshaker when he's got Tranquil Boots.
Up top, ROTK and FNG going at it. There the ward. Shackles, solo kill for the support on Virtus Pro.
Let's get the courier too. Oh, right away. 14 HP. And had a gem on it too. If he would have gotten that kill, that would have been insane.
Oh my, yeah, that would have been huge.
And just imagine if he ganked a little bit later there, and he would have transferred the gem to himself. Like
that would have been a huge loss. 19 minutes in, just hand the gem over right away.
Yeah, to the team that's losing. That's a mistake, definitely.
That is one sure way to get the other team back into that game. Just hand them a free gem on a silver platter. eHome have a decent lead, but nothing that's insurmountable. Only 3K net worth, 2K experience. Yang here with his mech complete, just about 1,000 gold away from his BKB. Nice well-rounded Razor build here. Very combative. Makes a lot of sense based on how eHome have been approaching this game so far.
Either way, that solo kill by FNG is really important because he normally plays the super defensive role, and if he can somehow greed out something like a Blink Dagger, it's really going to up their ability to kill heroes like Storm and initiate properly. So I really feel like he has to get a Blink this game. Like Shadow Shaman, no, he's not going aggressive. He's playing it safe.
Yeah. He's not quite level 11 yet, though.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason why he'll continue to be a little more passive, at least till he hits that point.
And you can't really just grab it from a rune spot and run into the enemy danger zone. Because if they have a ward up, they see you and you die consistently. So I think that's why they didn't even bother going. They're like, there's no way he's going to be that stupid. It works in pubs, but it does not work in games like these.
Yeah. Smoke rotation up top from VP. CTY might get caught out here. He breaks the smoke on about half the heroes and just walks away. Take a look at their intel here. Drops the Remnant for some extra vision. VP just can't get these smoke ganks to work this game, Pert. Yeah. That's the third failed smoke.
They probably should have led with Earthshaker, but even still, finding that kill was tough. They didn't have vision. They just placed this observer ward down.
Yep.
Probably after the storm. So that's a bit unfortunate. If that ward was there, they would have had him.
Well, VP will find a very minor victory in the bottom lane as they deny that Tier 1 tower and repel the push. Big TP rotation. Rocket set up here onto Yang. He'll try to TP home. That's unfortunate. Okay. And I think that's just a dead Razor. That's...
He can't even mech now because his mana's drained.
Oh, no. He gets off the Eye of the Storm, but the rest of his team just leaves him high and dry. They hide in the tree line. They try to TP home.
There's a lot of dead trees here. Can they find him?
Illidan gets credit for that one. ROTK doesn't have the Icarus dive up for another 15.
He doesn't have Hex. 3 seconds. That's a dead ROTK.
There's nothing he could do. Even if he gets off the Supernova there, he's going down no matter what. Still not level 11. 2-for-0 exchange here. VP, that's pretty solid. 2 kills they didn't have before, as now Illidan has his Battle Fury and progress towards a Yasha.
A bit of a painful TP from the Razor, I dare say.
Yeah. I guess it is nighttime, so he just didn't see the rocket get cast, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. He did get the reflected damage. I don't know. I'm observing, so it's easy to see. But if you're playing, you just miss stuff like that sometimes. And he casted his TP, and then he saw the missile coming, then he canceled it and started running, and bam. The mana drain and no mech for him, and his survivability goes drastically down. That's actually something that's pretty significant and might influence fights. If Anti-Mage does go on Razor, drains his mana, and they don't get the mech off, that's 2,300 gold item. That's an overpriced chainmail. Yeah,
you're right. I mean, Razor is one of those heroes that does have some mana issues. Mech is about a third of his mana pool. So if he just does a full rotation of his spells, doesn't give you a hell of a lot left to work with. Yeah. Roche falls in favor of VP. The Aegis goes the way of the Anti-Mage, and putting those Rost awards to good use, as we talked about in the draft. Definitely one advantage that this support brings to the table is Roche on control. Looks like FNG maybe just going for a Force Staff here as he picks up the Staff of Wizardry. Could also be the Yules to get those ward traps going.
I think it's going to be a Force Staff, probably.
Yeah, I think so too.
He doesn't, I mean, I don't know how good his ward traps are. If it was Lil, he does not need a Yules to get the ward trap. FNG might not be as practiced as on Shadow Shaman. He's playing it fine, though. But I think it's going to be a force to help save people that get pulled by the Storm. If you can at least limit the amount of static remnants that they get hit by, it is some damage, and it forces Storm to ball a little bit more. It's kind of like wasting Storm's mana a slight amount. And same with anybody that gets out of position. They're going to get lifted by Rubik, and sometimes the force might be the difference between them living or not.
Yeah. CTY now very close to his Orchid. He's got both Oblivion Staffs and about 300 gold to spare. Great news there. Looks like it'll be a pretty good timing against the Anti-Mage, who still is nowhere close to the Manta.
Illidan can definitely recover, though. I mean, he got that kill against the Razor.
Yeah. He's number 2 on net worth now. I mean, that's a big jump relative to where he was 5 minutes ago.
But Anti-Mage's advantage is also staying way far ahead of your opponents in terms of farm. Since his base stats are pretty weak, his strength gain is horrible, and he doesn't have very much disable. So, you know, he's definitely a little bit weak here. 1.2 strength per level is almost nothing.
Yeah. That's very true. VP grouped up here. Could be a little skirmish around this bottom room. Both teams with a lot of reinforcements inbound. But they will just disengage here. They've not lost the gem either. Picked up on ROTK. Lanham just carrying this baby around, trying to get some vision control for the team. Only 1 observer ward down for the Dire, or 2 rather. 1 down bottom and then 1 in their jungle here. Not a huge amount of intel for VP around the map.
Anti-Mage finding Storm Spirit. There's the Orchid on CTY, though.
Yeah. Ooh. This is scary. Illidan pokes up. He sees it and goes, I don't know if I want to go on that. Instead, they jump on to FNG. Orchid deployed. That should be a kill on the Shadow Shaman. The Soulbird finishes him off, but CTY just gets blasted by the Laguna call down. Yang comes in. Static Link is on, draining what damage he can. Only plus 56. And it looks like this will be just a 1-for-1. Long-range Splinter Blast connects on G. But eHome kind of on the back foot here. Yang just in the front lines kind of poking at him. But now the dunk from Phobos does some good damage. Winter's Curse deployed in return. BKB deployed by Yang. He'll stay in the front lines. Now they want to turn it around. Illidan reinitiates, but there's the Supernova to do some extra damage. Yang loses the BKB. CTY's back. And they'll finish off the Anti-Mage. He does have the Aegis of the Immortal. He'll be coming right back. Orchid. And the Orchid right away. CTY, what a player. They lock him down and make it a great fight for the Radiant. There was a buyback on the Rubik to make that happen. The Storm did not need to buy back. It's just those Bloodstone charges that allowed him to respawn so quickly.
Yeah, they had to be more cognizant of the fact that he was going to respawn fast. And it's tough. You get a kill and you're like, oh my god, we killed the Storm, the guy that's really difficult to kill. And you think you can stay around and fight because things look all right. But look, he just jumps back in and respawns. Might be able to kill FNG. He's still got a force. He gets killed in 1 pull duration, and all of a sudden, because they forgot about that Storm, they're losing kill after kill after kill. Aegis and Refresh on Anti-Mage, the Aegis and his second life on Anti-Mage. They've lost Lina, they've lost Shadow Shaman a second time, all because they weren't mindful of that cooldown. And it's so important to look up, but it's so difficult to have that that fundamental thing about Dota changed in your mind where, wow, somebody respawns really fast and you don't hear the buyback sound.
Yeah. Well, VP handing over a bit more than they intended to in the aftermath of that first skirmish. CTY does let the gyro get away, instead goes for the free kill on FNG, and then ultimately finishes off Lil as well. They get that tier 2 tower mid and gives them the gold gain to be right back where they were, about 4K or so, net worth lead, 3K experience. ROTK now level 13, 2,300 gold. We'll start seeing some items pop onto this Phoenix. Probably a Shiva's Guard. Pretty core item on this hero. Always good to have against an anti-mage, Gyro, Lina. All these auto-attacking heroes.
You might think it's bad because it increases his mana pool, but it also really decreases the attack speed of his illusions.
Yes.
Like, you usually, anti-mage doesn't buy that many agility items, usually, unless he goes for, like, a butterfly. And if he skips that, then his illusions are basically just at his base agility and the Manta style. So, silence on Illidan now. He may end up dying. We're going to have a fissure.
Oh, yeah. I think the Soul Burn could be enough. They've even got the Winter's Curse there to make sure he's locked down. Nothing Illidan could do. He even had the fissure from his friendly Earthshaker there. Not enough.
It was kind of poor positioning, I think. He was very close to a tier 1 tower. They may have been going into the jungle anyways to go find him and kill him. So, again, he goes down. Still doesn't have an ultimate orb. No Manta in sight.
In the mid lane, deployed on the tower. FNG will get the tower kill. CTY wants to continue the chase, but just can't quite do it now. Running low on mana. Lil on the high ground, left behind, but the Fiery Spirits will miss, and they will no longer pursue.
Oh, and the ward's got the tower?
Yep.
That's pretty good for VP there. I mean, the Storm will get the last hit, but that one was a lot, 38.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold, though. If you kill all of the Rasta wards, that's as much as a hero kill.
Yeah, it's about 250 at least.
Yeah.
They're about 28 to 35.
So, I guess given the position VP is in, every little bit helps, but definitely not coming for free.
Yep, definitely not. So, Shadow Shaman up to 700 gold. BKB's up on Gyrocopter, so he's ready to fight. Anti-Mage not ready to fight. At this point, Anti-Mage should have Manta, maybe a BKB, maybe his third item, maybe halfway through his third item, and he still doesn't have his ultimate orb even. He needs the Manta to be survivable against the Orchid. And those early ganks for eHome completely put a kink in VP's plans.
Yep, no doubt about it. Now, eHome is just in control of this game. There's the plate mount out on ROTK. DDC's been able to pick up the Glimmer Cape on Winter Wyvern. And Yang probably just moving into an Assault Karas, given that Phoenix already has a plate mail as well.
Storm's just running around like crazy here, doing super aggressive things. He's got 11 Bloodstone charges, so pretty good mana.
Yeah. CTY's feeling good this game. He's had a pretty good showing so far. 6-1-3 in 28 minutes, rather. Only a few outer towers remaining here for VP. If you look at Radiant Vision, they've only got a couple wards down, but pretty aggressive. One lane ward here in the mid and then one down bottom. They will start to pressure this bottom tier 1 and VP, or bottom tier 2 as VP move into the tier 1 up top. Looks like they'll be able to finish this off and maybe even come back to mounted defense.
I think a trade is okay here for VP. They're already far behind. They can't really take a team fight. Storm could very easily just outplay them and make everything really terrible. They have to get the Manta done, and they're very close now. eHome drawn on the map. They know where they're at, and there's the traded tower. Razor gets the kill, and now they're TPing back. That's Rubik first.
Okay.
Razor next. They drop the wards, and they're out.
Glyph used by eHome. Manta now picked up by Anti-Mage.
Okay.
So that definitely makes a big difference here. Yang will just come in and
they
try and
dunk
clear
this?
up these wards.
No.
Just a fissure.
It's too dangerous, honestly, because all that has to happen is Phoenix dives forward, casts Fire Spirits and ultis, and then VP has to either kill the egg instantly or they have to retreat. And at that point, they're already committed.
Yeah.
So absolutely not safe to go in on that, especially he's got BKB. If you stop the chain stun, you definitely lose the fight.
And now, speaking of BKB, CTY completes his, coming out on the courier right now. Storm